Hey everyone! Welcome to the very first episode of Antoinette and Backgammon. I'm Stephanie, your host, and today I have with me an incredible guest, Antoinette, who's not just a seasoned backgammon player, but also a pioneer in fostering diversity within the game. Antoinette, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Stephanie. I'm excited to be here and to share some of my stories and insights with you and the listeners.
Let's start at the beginning, shall we? Tell us about how your love for backgammon first began. You mentioned the 70s in NYC, a time of vibrant social movements and cultural shifts. How did backgammon fit into all of that?
Absolutely, it was quite an era. Backgammon kind of swept through the city like a tidal wave. Everywhere you went, from cafes to parties, someone was rolling the dice. As a young woman back then, it was thrilling to dive into this scene where, surprisingly, people from all walks of life were mingling over boards. I think what really cemented my passion was the combination of strategy and luck, which mirrors life itself in so many ways.
That sounds incredible. And back then, were there many women playing? How did the dynamic look with gender representation?
Initially, not really. It was largely dominated by men, but there were a handful of us women who banded together. We learned from each other, supported one another, and found our way into tournaments. Over the years, with initiatives like the USBGF Women of Backgammon that I was involved in, we've definitely seen more women stepping up and claiming their space at the board.
That's amazing, making a difference not just on the board, but also in creating a supportive community around it. Speaking of tournaments, you had a pivotal moment at the 2017 San Antonio Backgammon Championship, didn't you? Can you share what that experience was like, winning as the only woman?
Oh, yes, that was a whirlwind. The championship in San Antonio was a high stakes environment with fiercely skilled players. Being the first and only woman to clinch that title was a proud moment, not just for me, but for all the women who have battled to make a mark in such tournaments. The recognition went a long way in showing other women that they belong in these arenas just as much as anyone else.
I can only imagine the energy in the room. This passion and dedication you have seem to filter into your mentorship work too. Do you have any particularly memorable moments from those mentoring times?
There's so many, but one that stands out was mentoring a young woman who participated in the Women of Backgammon monthly tournament. Watching her grow, not just in skill, but in her mental resilience, was such a fulfilling experience. She faced tough competitors, learned from her losses, and eventually walked away with a win. That was a testament to her hard work and the support of our community. We truly build each other up.
That sounds like a powerful journey, not just for her, but for you as a mentor as well, seeing the impact you had. Now, I know your work hasn't just been in supporting women, but also other underrepresented groups. Can you tell us about some of those successes?
Definitely. One of my rewarding experiences was under the Paradise Leadership Program, where we had a man of color attend the Monte Carlo Backgammon World Championship. He entered the intermediate division and won first place. Having had a hand in broadening his horizons and witnessing his victory was incredible. Similarly, another man of color won two tournaments at the NYC Backgammon Club. These achievements show that talent is everywhere if given the opportunity.
Such achievements are so important, and they really shine a light on the importance of inclusivity in gaming. It's not just about who can play, but who feels welcome to play. With these initiatives, what do you think is the next step in furthering diversity in backgammon?
We need to keep amplifying these stories and expanding access. Accessibility can range from financial aid for attending tournaments to community sponsorships and even educational programs to introduce young people to the game early on. Furthermore, it's vital to maintain inclusive environments where everyone feels seen and valued, regardless of their background.
Education and community support seem like such promising paths forward. With your vast experience, Do you think other countries are adopting these approaches too, perhaps in places like Monte Carlo, Dubai, or Gibraltar, where you've played?
Yes, in different forms. For example, in Gibraltar, there's been a noticeable push to diversify participation by encouraging locals and making events more open. In places like Dubai, there's a growing interest in women's tournaments, which is heartening to see. Each place has its unique challenges, but the global backgammon community is certainly more connected and supportive than ever.
It's truly wonderful to see these positive changes. Before we wrap up for today, I have one last question. If you could offer one piece of advice to someone from an underrepresented background looking to get into backgammon, what would it be?
Believe in your potential and don't be afraid to take that first step. Find a community that supports you, whether it's online or in person, and keep playing, learning, and challenging yourself. The game is an avenue not just for competition, but for global camaraderie and personal growth.
Beautifully said, Antoinette. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing such insightful stories and guidance. I know our listeners will be just as inspired as I am.
Thank you, Stephanie. It was a pleasure talking with you. I look forward to seeing more diversity and excitement in the backgammon world.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in to the first episode of Antoinette and Backgammon. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until next time, keep rolling those dice and embracing the games